Hi students, in the previous videos we have seen about acids, how we can prepare them and some of their properties. Now here in this video we are going to discuss about characteristic reactions of the acids. This is the most important thing that you must know about acids. So keep watching. Characteristic reactions of acids. Now when we study about characteristic reactions, we always study from the strongest form of the acid, which we have already discussed in previous videos. The strongest form of the acid is the dilute acid. So we will be taking dilute acids for this study of characteristic reaction. Now you must learn these reactions as what is reacting and what is the product comes. You must learn the statement, not the equations, and then derive the equations on your own. Acids react with bases to give salt and water only. In other words, we can say acid plus base. Acid plus base gives salt plus water only. So this is how you must learn. Acid plus base gives salt plus water. That's all. So you learn this thing, keep this thing in mind and then derive the equations yourself. The reaction is also known as, it is known as neutralization reaction, because acid loses acidic character, base loses basic character. The product formed is water, which is neutral, and salt, which is also neutral, right? Now NaOH, we can react it with hydrochloric acid, HCl. HCl will give NaCl, that is a salt, plus water, H2O. You can see the OH of the acid, so the alkali, and H of the acid. This is what is combining, salt plus water. NaOH plus HNO3, if you take nitric acid, HNO3, you get NaNO3 plus H2O. See this, the OH and the H. This will form water. Now NaOH plus H2SO4. What will come? Hydrogen, the OH. Now there are two hydrogens here, so there should be two OH. So 2 NaOH will be taken. See, it is easy to balance equation in this manner. If you count 2 hydrogens, so 2 OH required, 2 NaOH is taken. So you get 2 H2O. Yes, and the remaining is 2 sodium and SO4. Na2SO4. See, this way the formula also comes correct. See how you can make the equation, right? And we'll take more of the alkali. Now if you take KOH, potassium hydroxide, KOH plus HCl, what will come? See this, come on, join this, so you get H2O plus what is the remaining is KCl, potassium chloride. KOH plus HNO3, nitric acid, again like this, so what you get? H2O, and the remaining is KNO3, potassium nitrate. This is potassium chloride, potassium nitrate. H2SO4, 2 hydrogens, so 2 KOH is required, 2 OH will be there. So what you get? 2 H2O, 2 molecules of water, and the remaining is K2SO4. See, okay, so this is potassium chloride, potassium nitrate, potassium sulfate. Now calcium hydroxide, CaOH whole twice plus HCl. Yes, hydrogen. Now see, there are 2 OH groups here, OH twice, 2 OH groups, so that must means 2 HCl is required, 2 hydrogens required to form 2 molecules of water. The remaining is Ca, and 2 HCl means there are 2 chlorines, so CaCl2. See that, and plus HNO3. Now if you 2 OH group, what is required? 2 HNO3. Okay, 2 HNO3 required. So what you will get? 2 hydrogens and 2 OH groups. So 2 water molecules, 2 molecules of water, and the remaining 2 NO3 is here, Ca is here. CaNO3 whole twice, calcium nitrate. This is calcium nitrate. And if you take sulfuric acid, H2SO4, there are 2 hydrogens and 2 OH, so they will be perfectly balancing. So you get 2 H2O, and the remaining is CaSO4. Okay, I hope you understood this. Now second reaction is acids react with active metals to give salt along with formation of hydrogen gas. So acids plus active metal. What is the product? Salt plus hydrogen gas. Okay. So now if hydrogen gas is coming, what is the observation? Hydrogen is colorless and odorless gas. It burns with a pop sound when a glowing splint is introduced. Don't forget to write when a glowing splint is introduced. Hydrogen coming out of a test tube or a gas jar does not burn itself. Only when you introduce a glowing splint, it burns. So always write that. Okay. Now Mg, let's take the strong acid, hydrochloric acid. Now the active metals are in the activity series. If you find potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium, aluminium, zinc, iron. Yes, so if you go down, these are the active metals. Active metals are metals from magnesium to iron here. Now since aluminium is not in syllabus, we are ignoring the other three metals we will discuss. Okay. Now magnesium plus hydrochloric acid. What you get? Mg, magnesium plus hydrogen gas. Hydrogen gas is H2. Two hydrogens required, so 2 HCl, and that 2 HCl means Mg and Cl2, MgCl2. Magnesium chloride. Mg plus H2SO4, sulfuric acid. You get MgSO4 and hydrogen gas. Now hydrogen is colorless, odorless. You can show an upward arrow. The gas evolved. Then zinc plus hydrochloric acid, HCl. You will require, to get hydrogen, you will require 2 HCl, because yes, ZnCl2, divalent metal. Now these are all divalent metal. So you take monobasic acid, 2 moles of acids will be required. Dibasic acid, only 1 is required. See that. So it easily balances that way. Monobasic acid, monobasic acid. So 2 moles of acids required. All these metals are divalent. Divalent means they have plus 2 valency. And H2SO4 is dibasic, so it only 1 is required. It matches this way. Then Zn plus H2SO4. You get ZnSO4, zinc sulfate, plus H2, hydrogen gas. Then Fe, if you take hydrochloric acid, as I said, 2 moles will be required. So FeCl2 will come, Cl2 plus hydrogen. Okay. And Fe plus H2SO4 is a dibasic acid, divalent metal, only 1:1 ratio. So FeSO4 plus H2. Okay, it's balanced. Formula is correct, balanced. Okay. So this is the second characteristic reactions of acid. Now the third characteristic reaction of acid. Now, by the way, this is something to note. Hydrogen gas is not evolved when dilute nitric acid reacts with active metal. We have used hydrochloric and sulfuric, but nitric acid is not used to get hydrogen. It's a different reaction because nitric acid is a powerful oxidizing agent. It oxidizes the hydrogen formed into water. It changes it to water. So hydrogen is not evolved. However, hydrogen is released when metals like magnesium or manganese react with very dilute 1% nitric acid. If very dilute nitric acid is taken, the oxidizing power of the acid is lost because of much dilution, and so it will give hydrogen. Mg plus HNO3 gives MgNO3 whole twice plus H2. 2 HNO3 is required. So this is a reaction for 1% HNO3, 1% nitric acid. Okay. So then you get this. Otherwise, nitric acid does not give hydrogen. Note that point, right? Now the third reaction is acids react with metal carbonates and bicarbonates to give salt, water and carbon dioxide. 3 products are formed: acids plus metal, carbonate or bicarbonate, hydrogen carbonate. The product will be salt plus water plus CO2 gas, carbon dioxide gas. So this is what you have to learn. This statement you learn, then make the equation yourself. Now what will be the observation if carbon dioxide is coming? Carbon dioxide is a colorless, odorless gas. What do you observe? Colorless, odorless gas evolved, turns lime water milky. When passed through lime water, it turns milky. The gas has no action when passed through potassium dichromate solution. So potassium dichromate solution, no change. Now observation is something important. When you say observation, you will not name a substance there. Observation means what your sense organs can feel, what you see, what you hear, what you smell. So that it can be a color, it can be an odor, or any sound produced. So these are the things that you write as observation. Never write name of substances in observation. Never write formulae. Never write equation when you write observation. Always keep that in mind. Now sodium carbonate, the first one we will take. We will take HCl, hydrochloric acid. What will be formed? We have seen it will form salt plus water plus carbon dioxide. So the salt is sodium chloride, sodium salt of hydrochloric acid, plus water will be there, plus CO2 will be there. Carbon dioxide, which is a gas which escapes. Now we know there are two sodiums here, so there will be two NaCl. That means there will be two hydrochloric acid, two molecules, two hydrogens, It is balanced, right? Balance it in this way. Never sit and count and waste your time. Now Na2CO3, 2 sodium means 2 HCl, 2 HNO3 is required. Nitric acid also 2 will be required, and you get NaNO3, sodium nitrates. Na2 is there, so there will be 2 NaNO3, plus there are two hydrogens, so one molecule of water H2O, plus there is one carbon CO2. That's it. It is balanced there. Then Na2CO3 plus the next acid, sulfuric acid, H2SO4. Two hydrogens, two sodium. So that means perfect balance. So it will be Na2SO4 straight away. Yes, and water and CO2. Nothing to do. It is perfectly balanced. NaHCO3, sodium bicarbonate is taken, hydrogen carbonate. Now let us take hydrochloric acid, HCl. Now one sodium, so one chlorine. Okay, so you can write NaCl straight away, plus one hydrogen here and one hydrogen here. So two hydrogens, H2O plus CO2. CO3 splits as H2O, oxygen for the water and CO2. Okay, now here we have HNO3. HNO3, what we have? Same way, one hydrogen and one hydrogen here, and one NO3 minus and one Na. So NaNO3, sodium nitrate plus H2O plus CO2. Nothing to do, it is balanced, right? NaHCO3 plus H2SO4. Now here we have to see this dibasic, two hydrogens, one sodium, so it has to be 2. Na2SO4, sodium sulfate, and two molecules are there, so there will be 2 H2O and 2 CO2, because there are two carbons, 2 is put here, so yes, it is balanced now. So this is how you get salt, water and metal carbonates and bicarbonates. We'll take some more examples. Now let's take some divalent metal carbonates and bicarbonates here. MgCO3 plus HCl. As I said, monovalent and divalent. So there has to be 2 HCl. MgCl2 will be produced here, and H2O and CO2. One carbon only, and that's it. It is balanced. Now HNO3. Never write unbalanced equations. Okay. So it is important to balance equation. Unbalanced equation is considered to be no equation. So equation means it should be equal on each side, right? So 2 will be required here. MgNO3 whole twice plus H2O plus CO2. Okay. One carbon, one CO2, right? Now we'll take H2SO4. It's a dibasic acid. Two hydrogens are there. So Mg is divalent. So they are perfectly matching each other. So if you take break here, MgSO4 straight away plus H2, one oxygen from here, H2O plus CO2. Perfectly balanced. HCO3 whole twice, magnesium bicarbonate. Here you put hydrochloric acid. Now since Mg is there, there has to be 2 HCl, because MgCl2 will be produced. It is a divalent metal. HCO3 whole twice. So CO3 group is twice, hydrogen also is twice, so 2 H2O will be there and 2 CO2. Balance, that's all, nothing to check. Then HNO3. This will also be 2 because magnesium is divalent. 2 HCO3 groups are there. So MgNO3 whole twice plus there will be 2 molecules of water. Why 2 molecules of water? 2 hydrogens here and 2 hydrogens here. So that makes 4. So 2 molecules, 2 CO3 groups. So there will be 2 CO2 also. Okay. So carbon dioxide. Now you take sulfuric acid here, H2SO4. In this case, magnesium and dibasic acid, they are perfectly balanced, nothing to add. MgSO4 plus H2O. This will be twice, means there will be 2 H2O and 2 CO2. Okay, that's all. It's balanced. Right? The next reaction, we can still write for CaCO3, CaCO3 and all. This you can write yourself, because the same manner, divalent metals they are. The fourth reaction is acids react with metal sulfides and bisulfides to give salt, water and sulfur dioxide gas. So what you write here, acid plus metal sulfite or bisulfite gives salt plus water plus SO2, three products. So learn this statement and then you can write. Now the observation for sulfur dioxide, colorless gas, it has a pungent choking odor and it turns potassium dichromate paper or solution to green. So this is its observation. Remember the observation, it is important, questions are asked on this. Then let us take examples. Na2SO3, sodium sulfite, right, plus HCl. Let us take HCl. Now 2 sodiums are there, 2 HCl is required. Immediately put 2 there. So you get NaCl and sodium chloride, and there are 2 sodiums, 2 NaCl, and then 2 hydrogens are there. So 1 molecule of water and 1 SO3, so 1 SO2 will come. Sulfur dioxide, right? Similarly, Na2SO3 plus HNO3, we can take HNO3. Now here again 2 sodium, so 2 HNO3, 2 NaNO3. This will come, plus 1 molecule of water and 1 SO2. Balanced. Na2SO3 plus H2SO4. Perfect balance, divalent, 2 sodiums are there and dibasic acid. So you get Na2SO4, right? Sodium sulfate plus SO3 is only 1, H2 also 1 H2 group is there, so H2O plus SO2, sulfur dioxide. It's also balanced. Let's take some more examples. NaHSO3 bisulfite, sodium hydrogen sulfite or bisulfite plus HCl, hydrochloric acid, you will get. Now 1 sodium is there, so let's go ahead with 1 HCl, NaCl plus 1 hydrogen and 2 hydrogens will form 1 molecule of water and then 1 SO2, right? NHSO4 plus HNO3, similarly 1:1 it is NaNO3 plus 1 H2O and 1 SO2, right? Now if you take sulfuric acid here, S2SO4, now H2SO4 divalent, so 2 NaOH2 HSO4 is required because it will form Na2SO4, sodium salt, plus 2 HSO4 groups, that means 2 H2O will come and 2 SO2 will also come. 2 SO2 will also be there. Okay, yeah. Now you can also write reactions for K2SO3, KHSO3, MgSO3, etc. You try these equations yourself. And then the fifth characteristic reaction of an acid is acid reacts with metal sulfide to give hydrogen salt and hydrogen sulfide. Example, acid plus metal sulfide. This is not sulfite, it is sulfide. There is a difference. Okay. Here you get salt plus hydrogen sulfide. Hydrogen sulfide. Hydrogen sulfide, we know it's a foul smelling gas. Hydrogen sulfide, colorless gas with the unpleasant smell of rotten eggs. Rotten egg smell is there. The gas turns lead acetate paper silvery black. If you take lead acetate paper and introduce to the gas, it will turn silvery black. Or if you pass it through lead acetate solution, you get a black precipitate. So this is about it. Now let us write reaction. Na2S, metal sulfide, sodium sulfide, okay, plus HCl. Now you see here Na2, so there should be 2 HCl. So 2 NaCl, will be produced plus H2S, hydrogen sulfide gas. It's a gas, right? Na2S plus HNO3. Again 2 will be required here because 2 NaNO3 will be there because we have 2 sodiums already in the left plus H2S. Then we have Na2S plus H2SO4. Here it is perfectly balanced. Basic acid and 2 sodiums are available. So Na2SO4 is formed straight away and H2S. Nothing to be done. It's balanced. FeS. Now these divalent metals will have similar reaction 1:1. H2SO4. What do you get? FeSO4. Ferrous sulfide or iron 2 sulfide, this one is. So you get ferrous sulfate or iron 2 sulfide and 2 sulfate, H2S. Okay. Then FeS plus, if you take HCl, hydrochloric acid, you will have to take 2 because it is divalent. FeCl2 will be formed plus H2S. Similarly, if you take HNO3, nitric acid, you will require 2 molecules because it is divalent. So you get FeNO3 whole twice. This is the formula. And the remaining is H2S, hydrogen sulfide. Okay. So students, I think you understood this, and you can watch the video again, and if you have questions you can send it as comments. Please subscribe and like the channel. Thank you.